Mill Hill celebrating 130 years of existence in Uganda. In the early 1890s, the Catholic Church reorganized mission responsibility in East Africa at the invitation of the church authorities and to balance the earlier presence of French white fathers. The English-speaking Mill Hill missionaries were assigned a responsibility for the vicariate called the Upper Nile, an area that included parts of eastern Uganda. A first group of Mill Hill missionaries left England in the early 1895 and after landing in the coast of Kenya and walked inland from Mombasa arrived in Kampala in the evening of the 26th September 1895. The group had a bishop who was the leader from Manchester, England. On arrival, the bishop, Helon, his name, and his companions were given land on Zambia Hill by the help of Kabaka Mwanga II. There, they established a Mill Hill mission station, which became the Mill Hill Center in Kampala, Zambia, St. Peter. The names of those five who came as the first group were: 1. The Bishop Henry Henlon was the leader, followed by a Father Trent Redgard, Father Matthews, Father Plunkett, Father Kenstons. Shortly after the fathers arrived, the Mill Hill leadership asked for the help of the religious sisters in 1902 and 1903. By the help of the Bishop, Henry Hellon brought Franciscan sisters St. Therese Kevin, later known as Mother Kevin, in Zambia. These sisters opened schools, dispensaries, and the beginnings of what called today St. Francis Hospital, Zambia, and several girls' schools and missions like in Kokonjeru, Nagalama, Stella Maurice Dibes, and many. How did the Mill Hill extend themselves to other places? From Zambia base, the Mill Hill missionaries extended their work eastwards and northeastwards, starting the parishes and mission area that later formed part of the vicariate of the Upper Nile, eventually the Archdiocese of Tororo, Jinja, Soroti, and neighborings. From Zambia, the Mill Hill opened it in 1895. Then Budaka was opened in 1901. Then Namiliango College was opened on 23rd of March 1902. Then Nagalama was opened in 1906 in 6th March. Then St. Joseph Seminary in Nyenga, which was opened in 1924. Historically, Mill Hill played a role because the Bishop Biamans, later on, he was the first who laid the foundation stone. Then St. Mbaga Gaba today was also opened by Mill Hill. We have Ngora in Soroti. We have Tororo, which became the center of the vicariate later on. Then Mill Hill continued. And Mbiko, that's Lugazi. Then they continued in Kotido in 1997 as the mission continued. And today, Mill Hill also opened this year the mission in Moroto, Nablatuk. How did they work together to establish all this? They focus on the 4 pillars. 1. Walking the mission frontier. The first Mill Hill missionaries walked long distances inland from the coast to reach mission field, as we had. They established a mission center, then catechists, network, and mission stations. 2. Education and formation was also part of their pillars, establishing schools like Namiliango and seminaries and minor seminaries and major seminaries to train local clergies and leaders. 3. Healthcare and social services, bringing sisters and health projects like in Zambia Hospital, dispensaries, and the mission centers to serve local needs and win the trust of the communities. And the last, they based on enculturation and local leadership. Over time, the Mill Hill fathers trained catechists and supported the ordinations and leadership of Ugandan clergy. Many mission stations were handed back to the local ordinaries and the local priests. Do Mill Hill still relevant today? Of course, yes. Mill Hill remained present in Uganda in the parish ministries, education, formation, and social outreach. Our presence is concentrated historically around Zambia, Kampala, and across eastern Uganda area, which were part of the Upper Nile Vicariate, Tororo region. And we respond today to diocesan invitations. For example, the recent given a parish in Nablatuk. Now, do we still have Mill Hill priests in Uganda? Of course, yes. We have a team of 19 priests led by Father Hilary Awiti, the regional superior working in both Kenya and Uganda, Father Mark Owar, Father Gabriel Lofembe from DRC, Father Blaise from Cameroon, Father Andrew Mukulu from Uganda, Father Chwante Rogers from Cameroon, Father Placide Elia from Congo, Father Wilson Kargabo from Uganda, Father Sylvester Odiambo from Kenya, Father Philip Odiambo from Kenya, Father John Kwa Akain from Cameroon, Father Onis Atembo from Uganda, Father Dennis Wanjala from Kenya, Father Njume from Cameroon, Father Emmanuel Odongo from Uganda, Father Stephen Odiambo from Kenya, Father Subrant Nayak from India, Father Leonard Mufwa from Cameroon, and Father Simiu Victor from Kenya.
So the brothers were to help them in the works of construction of churches, fathers' houses, and other institutions they wanted to put up. So you had brothers belong to this same congregation. And a famous brother who we cannot forget in Zambia is brother Joseph. May he so rest in peace. He's a man who made a big situation different. Because by then, many churches wanted to be in the construction of churches, window glasses, which are stained glasses, with the pictures of saints, St. Joseph, Mary, and other saints, Peter and Paul and whatnot. So he decided to go back to Europe and learn the work of making stained glass windows, instead of importing them in Europe, so that they would import only colored windows, and here they would come and they find an artist who could paint, for instance. If it is a saint like Kizito, the famous Uganda martyr, the paint of St. Kaloli Rwanga, he needed somebody who has an art, to learn how to paint these things on the stained glasses and make them appear in the window glasses. And then it has become a big business now in East Africa. This is, I think, is the only factory where we produce stained glass windows. It came with the Mill Hill fathers in the second half of the 20th century.
What is there relevant? What you can remember for 130 years of the Mill Hill existence in Uganda? 4 things to keep in mind. 1, from Zambia to nation. Mill Hill started small, but today it has become a big to almost the half of the nation, which was evangelized by the Mill Hill. And looking into the Mill Hill fathers we have from Uganda, they are coming from all over, where Mill Hill have worked or where they have not worked, because the impact has gone more than just the physical places. 2, to remember, Mill Hill worked as a bridge to unite communities, to unite languages and tribes. This is shown the way they lived the life of internationalities to bring everyone on board. And the three to remember: faith, learning, and health for 130 years. Key institutions such as Namiliango College, Zambia, and other places today we can mention Mbiko, Kotido, Formation House plays a big role on the faith, learning, and helping people to grow both intellectually, spiritually, and physically. And we still walk to the margins, as the motto is to love and to serve. We still go to those who are really in need. And this is shown how it was started recently of the parish in Nablatuk. We thank all the leadership and we thank all who played a big role for the formation and the growing of the Mere Hill Missionaries in Uganda. God bless and happy feast and existence of all the Mere Hillers, friends of Mere Hill, and those who supported the mission in many ways.